In this video, I'm going to quickly show you how to change yarn colours in crochet. No matter whether you're doing that at the beginning of a row, in the middle of a row, or at the beginning of a round, it's the same one golden rule that applies. Let me show you. We're going to start with changing yarn colours at the beginning of a row. Now this actually begins on the last stitch of the previous row, and you need to get your stitch, no matter which one you're working, up to the point of the final yarn around hook. I'm doing double crochets here, single crochet US, so I have 2 loops left on my hook. I'm setting the coloured yarn that I'm not using anymore to one side and holding it down with my fingers. Wrap the new coloured yarn around the hook. You don't start with the slip knot on the hook, you just wrap it around, leaving about a 10cm tail, and then yarn around hook with that new coloured yarn and pull up the loop. That essentially means that you have finished off your final stitch of the row before your new colour is required. What that does is leaves you a back loop and a front loop in the old colour and a loop on your hook ready to go in your new colour. We'll just quickly do a few more double crochets so you can see what that colour changeover looks like. You'll have 2 yarn tails left, one in the new colour and one in your old colour, and if you kind of wiggle them around a little bit, you can neaten them off and make sure that your colour transition is as neat as possible, and that is all you have to do to change yarn colours. Let's show you how to change colours mid-row, and I'm going to do this using a treble crochet, which is a double crochet in US. So to get the stitch to that point of the final yarn around hook, I am yarn around hook, hook through the stitch, yarn around hook and pull up a loop, yarn around hook, pull through 2. And now I'm ready for my final yarn around hook, but I don't want to do that in my old colour. I want to start again with my new colour, no slip knot on my hook. I'm just leaving a 10cm tail, yarn around hook in that new colour and pull up that loop. And then I can continue to treble crochet the rest of my row or whatever my pattern dictates in that new colour, and the transition is really seamless and lovely. I'll just show you how that looks. We've gone from the old colour to the new colour mid-row. Finally, let me show you how to change colours at the beginning of a round. The same principle also applies for a colour change mid-round. So I'm coming up to my final stitch in this round, and it's a double crochet, which is single crochet in US. So place my hook through the stitch, yarn around hook and pull up a loop. I'm now ready for my final yarn around hook, but I don't want to do it in my old colour. I push that to one side, loop the new colour over my hook like a yarn around hook and pull it through. And that finishes off the final stitch of the round in the old colour, and means that my new colour is ready to go for the first stitch of the new round. So I can just double crochet in that new colour, and that is the first stitch crocheted in the new colour, ready for a full round. Let's just do a few more double crochets so you can see how it looks. And there we go, we have a transition from old colour to new colour. Now I've used a starting double crochet here, so there was no starting chain used. And these 2 little tails at the end, when they're woven in, you neaten them off, wriggle around with the beginning of the round a little bit as you're weaving it in, just to make sure that you've got a very neat transition going from one colour to the next at the beginning of your round. It's really simple to do, and it gives you a neat yarn colour change every time. This video is part of a blog post, so if you prefer to look at photo tutorials and have some accompanying text, then click the link in the description.